The more and more we hear about this Ricky Pearsall situation, the more incredible the story gets, to the point where Ricky Pearsall, after getting shot in the chest, tells Kyle Shanahan, "Hey, I can play on Monday Night Football versus the Jets." Absolutely remarkable, just everything. And you're going to get goosebumps just listening to Kyle Shanahan provide more insight into this situation and just really put into perspective how close Ricky was to actually not making it out of this, and the fact that we're here right now. Just absolutely, again, I keep using the word miracle because that's what it feels like an absolute miracle that we were able to talk about Ricky Pearsall going to the weight room. Oh, he could play by week 5. Just insane. So listen to Kyle Shanahan. I'm going to pull some of the quotes out that stood out to me the most. We'll react to it on the other side. Take a listen right here as Kyle Shanahan provides more detail on the Ricky Pearsall situation.
Ricky Pearsall update, Kyle. We saw him out here on Tuesday, and I guess he was here Monday as well. How is he kind of being involved with the team, and just how is he doing overall?
It's kind of been amazing just watching him. I'm getting to see him Sunday, Monday, for him to be able to walk around and stuff with that happening. Talking to the people at the ER, saying out of like 100 people, 2 people have survived that. And to be able to see him the next day and just that he's able to walk, he's coming to meetings, he's doing all that. But he wants to go a while, a week or so without trying to work up a sweat. And then after that, he'll start his rehab and progress again back.
What was that like for you on Saturday, Kyle? Like when you found out and kind of the emotions that you go through throughout all
It was really tough. We didn't know exactly, we just knew that he got shot, and that was all we knew. And then it took us about an hour to figure out what the hospital was and things like that, because he just made a couple calls to people, so we had it from them, but none of us knew where he was or anything. And this was, it's like at 3:30. By the time that we got to him, it was good because by the time we found out where he was, we got to him. It was real cool. He FaceTimed me. That was like the first time I knew he was all right. I got a call like 20 minutes before that saying he was conscious, he was talking, that he was going to survive and all that. But then he FaceTimed me right after from his bed. It was real upbeat. Like it was really amazing because that hour, when you hear about a shooting, we didn't know where it was or anything, so you just assume the worst. Then to hear it was in the chest, you don't think that usually goes that well. Then he actually had talked to him like 15 minutes after that and just talked to a guy that seems like he's okay. Obviously, he's got a bad, horrible injury, and there's a huge mental side that'll go to that he's got to work through for a while. But it was a lot of emotions.
Are you kind of letting him be as involved as he wants to be at this point? And obviously with the aggressive medical staff and whatnot, but if he wants to be around the team, he can.
Oh yeah, of course. I think it's I think when anyone goes through something like that, everyone cares about them so much. But it's I told the team like everyone wants to show them they care, and so what do you do when you go up to someone, you ask them how it happened and stuff, and it's a pretty traumatizing story. And I told the team we don't want to make him relive that 80 times. So he knows how much everyone cares about him. He loves being around. It's all up to him with that stuff. But everyone's trying to give him space in that way and just let him work through this process because, the physical thing's one thing, but it's a pretty big mental toll on someone too.
John mentioned that one of the first things that Ricky said to him was, the party should go on. What were you going through in your mind about whether that was appropriate or not?
If anyone knows us, we would never do something inappropriate. So we care about our teammates more than anyone. You'd have to be on a team to understand that, first of all. But yeah, we were definitely into that. Like we thought we were assuming the worst for a while. It happened about 2 hours before it. And so John went down there. I'm waiting to get the call to see what the deal is. And then when Ricky called me and he was totally fine and the things he said and being on FaceTime, then it felt really good to get everyone over. It was actually a really cool opportunity. Got the whole team together, got a TV out there for everyone to see, and then you got a FaceTime with the whole team and just let everyone kind of know, or let everyone feel kind of how he made me feel when I spoke with them.
Feel the mood of the party change once?
Yeah, once everyone walked in, no one knew the exact story, so I was able to reassure everybody as soon as they got there that he was totally fine and it's a miracle. Where he got shot is like 2 inches below his tattoo with praying hands. It's kind of, the whole story is kind of amazing. But to tell everyone as soon as they get in, you can't call a whole team, but to tell everyone right when they got there it was really cool. And then about 2 hours later, Ricky got on and talked to everybody.
Kind of say about a guy like Ricky Pearsall? You see him walking himself to the ambulance. He's just gotten shot. You see him trying to say the party goes on. He's talking to you guys, and then, like you said, he was here the other day. Just to go through all of that. Trent Williams even saying he has never had a teammate be shot, but to be present. What does it say about your first draft pick?
We've been so impressed with Ricky with everything he's done prior to this, and for this to happen and just kind of to hear kind of what his girlfriend, what his parents went through, even talking to Ricky, like when it happens, he doesn't know until he actually gets to the hospital and talks to doctors and stuff that he's going to be all right. So for him to have to go through that shock and the anxiety and the panic of not knowing whether you're going to live or die, and then just I saw the video that everyone saw him just walking through, but at that time he has no idea he's going to be all right. He's the toughest person I know. Just going through a situation like that, we always felt this way watching him on the football field and things like that, but kind of to watch how he handled that situation and watch how he's been every day since, it shows how special of a guy he is.
You mentioned the mental part is obviously a tremendous part of that, and how important is it for the team to make sure Ricky doesn't rush through that? Because sometimes with trauma that can happen.
I think that's big. I mean, especially I think each day the mental part becomes more a big deal. The adrenaline and just surviving that, and Ricky's saying stuff. At first that doesn't matter. Like, I still think I could play versus the Jets. Like those are the things he's talking about, and it's just like, dude, what are you talking about? Like, there's other things, but the adrenaline of all that, and then I think each day, like, just to actually relive that, and what his family had to go through for a couple hours. I mean, just flying out here, not totally knowing what the deal was going to be. I think that stuff for him or anybody, it's when that adrenaline goes away, that becomes a much bigger deal, and that's kind of what I mean by everyone kind of respecting that, because we'd all be the same and trying not to make them relive it as much as possible. But it's a really an unbelievable story.
Coach, how have you addressed this with the team to make sure they're in the right mental state moving forward? What's ahead?
The way I just said. I mean, it's more about the respect of Ricky and stuff. I think our team was pretty good once we found out how all right he was. Everyone, just like when people hear someone get shot, you never think that's going to just be all right. You assume pretty dark things, but we had to go through a couple hours of that, but that ended pretty fast. And then it was more about just getting to see Ricky and making sure he's all right, and the guys have been great with that, as always.
When you first got the news about Ricky and you were waiting to find out the severity, did part of you want to drop everything and rush to the hospital with John to be there with him?
Yeah, obviously, but I'm in charge of our team too, and I don't do that stuff just so you won't say something negative about me. I try to make the right decision for the people I'm responsible for, and I had 100 people about to show up to my house an hour and a half from there, and I try to do things for the right reason. People who know me never question that, but I would never do something just to avoid people saying bad things.
This was one of the quotes that really stood out to me the most when he's talking with the medical professionals, and the ER just says, man, I was talking with the people at the ER. Out of 100 people, only 2 people have survived that gunshot wound to the chest. Just absolutely remarkable. Again, just the situation and how it played out. And not only are those numbers staggering, right? That you see that this is almost, it's a 98% success rate when, and I'm not saying success rate in a positive way of, passing away. Like, typically when you get shot in that area, it is not good. To give you an idea of just really how lucky he was in this entire situation, how blessed he was in this situation that really was a horrible one. And this was from Nick Wagner. He got it out there before I did, so I wanted to share it from him. He said 49ers wide receiver Ricky Pearsall was shot 2 inches below his tattoo of praying hands, according to Kyle Shanahan. Shanahan echoing John Lynch and how miraculous it is that Pearsall is okay and already back with the team. Just absolutely amazing. Again, you take a look closer at the chest. Just unbelievable, this situation. I believe this is the right side. If I flip back around, and there's some praying hands right here, said he was shot about 2 inches below, I guess. am doing my best guess here. And just what a remarkable situation. Amazing for Ricky Pearsall to be able to walk away from this. Again, I just keep coming back to the word miracle. It wasn't his time, and just so thankful that it wasn't. And I really do think that this this type of situation is a galvanizing one. It's one that it challenges your perspective on life. It's one that challenges how you view the day-to-day things that might weigh you down and that you maybe give a little bit too much weight to, that allows you to kind of recenter, recontextualize the important things in life. And it always takes, some it's not great, right? Like with the situation that happened isn't good. But again, the fact that we have a positive outcome to discuss and understanding the situation, it can just really change your mindset. And I think the team is going to have a shift in mindset. We've heard already Trent Williams deciding like I got to get back there. I got to be a leader. I got to be around this team. I cannot be there with this situation playing out. So just a terrible situation with an absolutely amazing outcome. Uh, Unbelievable. What do you guys think about all this? Let me know what you guys are thinking in the comments below. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more updates.